3 grains of rice. Les trois grains de riz. Told in English. A Missouri Paw-Paw French style tale, originally told by Joe Polakaitis. My dad is the owner of the channel. So it's good to tell you that once there was an old man and an old woman, and they had 3 little boys, and they were very poor, so they didn't have that much food to eat. So they sent the oldest brother to hunt for some food, but on the way, he wanted to get a quick meal at the tavern. He accidentally got deep into conversation and started ordering more stuff. By the time it was almost night, he didn't have any food. In fact, he spent some of the last money that his family had. So, when he went home, the old man asked if he had gotten any food. He said,
"No, because there wasn't any food there today."
And then the next day, the second boy went to find some food. But on the way, he saw a pile of food waiting in the open.
Wow, free food,
he thought.
I won't have to hunt at all.
Thieves ended up knocking him out and stealing all his hunting supplies. And by the time he woke up, it was almost nighttime. So when he went back home, the old man asked,
"Did you bring back any food?"
And he said,
"No, because there was a rabbit that ate all of my supplies."
So then the youngest boy went the next day, and he found some rabbits and deer, but then he heard the growling of a bear. So to escape, he gave it his foodstuffs to distract it so he could sneak away. And once he got back home, he didn't have any food because it was out of arrows. The old man asked,
"Did you bring back any food?"
And he said,
"No, because there was a bear that ate all my food that I have gotten. I gave it to him to sneak away."
So then the oldest brother said,
"That's a lie. He didn't even try to get the food. He just faked it."
"Yeah,"
the second boy agreed. They had been planning this while the third boy was gone. The little boy said,
"Then how did I use the arrows?"
He showed them his empty bundle.
"You just left them on the ground somewhere,"
the others replied. So that made the old man so angry that he kicked him out, and he only gave him 3 grains of rice. He decided the best way to get food is by tackling and catching small animals such as rabbits and squirrels. So then he came up to an old cottage. He knocked on the door and asked if he could stay there. It was home to an old fairy, of course. He asked the old fairy,
"Could I stay here? 'Cause I don't have a place to live in. Not much to eat either."
"Sure, come on in,"
she replied.
"I will give you a challenge in the morning, and I will tell you what it is, but you might notice it when you first wake up."
He stayed at the cottage and was fed well. He went to sleep, and when he woke up, he noticed that the grains of rice were slightly bigger. The old fairy told him,
"These grains of rice will keep getting bigger for 30 days. If you can't handle them anymore, then you won't get the reward at the end. The reward is if you hang on to them for 30 days, I'll turn you into a prince."
"Well, can I stay here for a while?"
he asked. And she said,
"No, because if you go into a house, the grains of rice will get so big that you can't carry them. You'll have to drop them. This means you have to live in the wilderness."
He held on to the grains of rice, and they got bigger each day. He thought of an idea to get food by then. Instead of trying to grab the animals and catch them, he could try to get food by using the rice to attack and kill them. And it worked! He got lots of food for a couple of days. Soon, he came upon a little town. Some residents thought that it was funny that this man was walking across carrying 3 big grains of rice. They started offering him a place in their homes because they thought he might need help. He rejected them, and then the king hears the news. So then the king actually invites him.
"Maybe one night?"
he thought. So he went in the king's castle, but the grains of rice got too big, just as the little fairy said they would. He had to throw them in the river. The grains of rice continued to float downstream. He was returning back to his home village because he found out that he was really close to it. when he got back, he couldn't get a place in a home. He had heard rumors of hundreds of floods that kept rising. He was wondering what was the cause of it. He realized it must have been because of the rice floating downstream. They must have gotten stuck. There were signs of the floods everywhere. He thought,
Oh no, I got to get back to the old fairy.
so he went back to the old fairy's little cottage. When he got there, the old fairy said,
You didn't do it. You didn't do what I told you to do, and you must find a way to unclog the flood, otherwise you will be trapped forever.
Ça c'est la fin.
Because of his familiarity with dozens of Missouri French folk tales collected by Joseph Médard Carrière in old mines in the 1930s, 11-year-old Joe Polakaitis borrowed many thematic elements from Ben Coleman's and Frank Bourisaw's tales, including a sudden ending without a satisfying plot resolution. I, Adam, his father, translated it into Missouri French, deliberately imitating the oral storytelling style of Mr. Coleman and Mr. Bourisaw. See the following slide for thematic and linguistic notes, for all of you nerds who have stuck around this long.